Right now, if the sun disappeared, you wouldn't know it. Not for 8 minutes and 19 seconds. The sky would still be blue. The light would still be falling. Birds would still be singing. But the moment those 8 minutes end, everything humanity has ever trusted starts to collapse. And this isn't really a story about the sun. It's a story about how much of your safety is an illusion you haven't caught up to yet. We take the sun for granted. It rises. It sets. It's so repetitive that we forget it's even there. But the sun is 93 million miles away. And every bit of light you've ever seen from it is already old news by the time it reaches you. The sunlight hitting your eyes right now left the sun 8 minutes and 19 seconds ago. So if the sun vanished this instant, you'd spend those 8 minutes doing exactly what you're doing now. Drinking coffee, glancing out a window, saying something like, "Nice day out." And then something strange happens. Exactly 8 minutes and 19 seconds later, the light in the sky just goes out. Like a candle, like a switch being flipped. In the first moments after the light dies, most people won't feel fear yet. They'll just think the night is running long. But this is where the real problem begins. Earth's surface temperature depends entirely on solar radiation. The instant the sun disappears, that heat supply is completely severed. Within the first hour, global temperatures drop by about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Barely noticeable. But here's the part that isn't the worst of it yet. The rate of the drop is accelerating. By the 24-hour mark, average global temperatures plunge to around -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Photosynthesis stops completely. And this isn't just about plants dying. It's the beginning of a total collapse in the planet's oxygen cycle. And here's the part almost nobody talks about. The first real threat humans face isn't the cold. It's psychological collapse. Without light, the human circadian rhythm falls apart entirely. Melatonin production spirals out of control. The line between sleep and waking dissolves. Some psychological studies suggest something unsettling. Humans can tolerate darkness. What we cannot tolerate is the uncertainty of whether light will ever return. This is where everything shifts. It's no longer a question of survival. It becomes a question of staying sane. By the end of the first week, surface ocean temperatures begin dropping sharply. But the ocean is a massive heat reservoir. It freezes far slower than land. So something strange starts to happen. The land has already become a frozen wasteland, but the ocean is still lukewarm. Humanity's final attempt at survival doesn't move inland. It moves toward the coasts. But here's the twist. The ocean isn't safety. It's just a slower death. As ocean circulation systems collapse, the surface eventually begins to freeze as well. The one place humanity clung to until the end was never a refuge. It was only ever a matter of time. By the 1-month mark, average surface temperatures reach -40 degrees Fahrenheit. By this point, most ecosystems have already collapsed. But here's the part that genuinely unsettles people. The Earth never fully freezes. Deep inside, the planet is still burning. Mantle heat, radioactive decay, geothermal energy that never stops. So the planet becomes something strange. A massive shell of ice, freezing from the outside in, slowly, agonizingly slow. Dead on the surface, still alive at the core. And this mirrors something deeply human. A state where everything looks broken from the outside, but underneath, something is still beating. Here's where we have to change the question we're asking. This was never really about the sun. This is about how much of our lives are built on things we simply assume will always be there. We assume the sun will rise tomorrow. We assume our relationships will last. We assume the stability we have right now is permanent, but every one of those assumptions works exactly like sunlight. The sense of safety you feel right now is actually data from 8 minutes and 19 seconds ago. You could already be standing in the dark, still believing you're safe, simply because the signal telling you otherwise hasn't arrived yet. This is one of the deepest paradoxes of human psychology. We are always living in the present, using light from the past. The time it would take for Earth to fully freeze is longer than you'd think. Months, maybe years. But the time it would take for the human mind to fully collapse is far shorter. One day is enough. The disappearance of light was never the real catastrophe. The real catastrophe was the disappearance of certainty that it would ever come back. And maybe, right now in your own life, the exact same thing is happening. What breaks you was never the loss itself. It's the silence that follows, the quiet certainty that it might never return.